My fiancée moved her sister in and demanded I pay her debts. I came home, saw them wearing my clothes, and called the police. I walked into my house at 11 p.m. after 2 weeks of work training. Two women I barely recognized were on my couch, eating takeout, watching my TV. One was my fiancée, the other was her sister, both wearing my clothes. My fiancée had on my $200 vintage Nirvana shirt. Her sister was in my $180 Ralph Lauren bathrobe. "Babe, you're home early." My fiancée jumped up, smiling like this was normal. "What's going on?" "My sister needed a place to crash. I figured you wouldn't mind since you were gone." "For how long?" "A few weeks, maybe a month. She's between apartments." "You didn't think to ask me first?" She laughed. "We're getting married in 6 months. What's yours is mine, right? Plus it's family. This is my house. I bought it before we met. Your name isn't on anything." Her smile faded. "I live here too. I have every right to invite my sister. You live here rent-free because we're engaged. That doesn't give you the right to move people in." The sister finally looked up from her phone. "Wow, hostile much? How long has she been here?" "Since Thursday. She needs help. She's got debt issues. Like $18,000 in credit cards. I told her you'd help out." "You told her I'd pay her debts?" "Just help her get back on her feet. Maybe cover a few payments until she finds work." The sister chimed in. "If you're going to marry into the family, you should help family, right?" This woman I'd met twice was sitting in my bathrobe, eating food she didn't pay for, telling me to bankroll her bad decisions. I pulled out my phone. "What are you doing?" my fiancé asked. "Calling the police." "Are you insane? Your sister is trespassing. She was never given permission to be here." "You can't do that. I've been here 5 days. I have residency rights." "No, you don't. You're a guest who wasn't invited by the homeowner." My fiancé grabbed my arm. "She's my sister. Family first. She can be your sister somewhere else." The sister started yelling. "You're a selfish piece of garbage." I dialed 911. My fiancé tried to grab my phone. 911, what's your emergency?" "I need to report a trespasser at my residence." "I'm not a trespasser. Someone who doesn't own the property invited you. I'm the homeowner, and I'm asking you to leave." The operator confirmed officers were on the way. Those were the longest 10 minutes of my life. My fiancé went from crying to yelling to bargaining. The sister just screamed about what a terrible person I was. Then she went into my bedroom and came out with my laptop and iPad. "If you're kicking me out, I'm taking these as compensation." I held up my phone, recording. "So now it's theft on top of trespassing." She froze. "Put them back, now! Make me!" The doorbell rang. 2 officers stood outside. "Evening, sir. You called about a trespasser?" "Yes, that woman was moved into my home without my knowledge while I was away. She's refusing to leave and just attempted to steal my electronics." The older officer looked at my fiancé. "Ma'am, do you live here?" "Yes, we're engaged." "Is your name on the deed or lease?" "Well, no," but he turned to me. "Sir, is she authorized to invite guests?" "Short-term guests, yes. Not to move people in for weeks without asking." The younger officer looked at the sister. "Ma'am, gather your belongings and leave the property." "I'm not leaving. I have rights." "You don't have residency rights after 5 days. The property owner is asking you to leave. This is discrimination." The officer sighed. "Ma'am, gender has nothing to do with property rights. You need to leave." She crossed her arms and sat back down. "All right." The younger officer pulled out handcuffs. "Stand up." She tried to resist. Took both officers to get her in cuffs. The whole time she's screaming about lawsuits, about how I'd pay for this. They walked her out. My fiancé ran after them, crying. She came back up the walkway, mascara running. "I will never forgive you for this. That's my sister. That's a stranger who is stealing my stuff." "Because you traumatized her." I laughed. "I traumatized her by coming home to my own house? Screw you. We're done. The wedding is off." She stormed inside, threw her things into bags, and left 20 minutes later. Then Tuesday, my security camera caught my ex and her sister trying to break into my house with a screwdriver. I sent the footage to police. Wednesday night, the sister climbed my fence and tried to pry open my window. Second arrest. No bail this time. At her court hearing, the judge found her guilty of criminal trespassing, attempted burglary, and violation of protective order. 30 days in jail, $1,500 in fines, plus restitution for my security upgrades.